Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day isn't just one fun fact. It's actually lots of them. And this is because I could not find just one important enough to share. The first is actually a fact, and the others I have no idea if they are facts or not, because I couldn't find any information on the studies that were being mentioned. So let's start. Did you know that John F. Kennedy was the fastest public speaker ever recorded? So he spoke at a crazy 327 words per minute. And that means he would have done this entire podcast in 2 minutes, because each podcast is about 600 to 700 words. So it'd be like, done. Fact number 2, a study conducted in 2015, no idea the validity of the study. Well, the study stated that on an average, a British person will spend 5 months of his life talking about the weather. I found this fact so funny. And believe me, at the same time, if you've ever been to the UK, you probably know deep down inside that it's true. All they do is talk about the weather. And the final fact of the day comes from a study conducted in 2013. Apparently, it stated that a person will spend 60% of a conversation talking about themselves. Now, this again, if you just deep down think about it, it's probably true. And I was listening to a lecture by someone the other day, and he was talking about how we can become better conversationalists, how we can become better at having a deep, meaningful connection with people, how to suspend the shyness and the fear that we have about meeting new people and starting a conversation with them. But more than that, this little habit gives you the ability to suspend your judgment about the people around you and actually see the person in front of you. And I think this is a very powerful tool, being able to be there engrossed with the person in front of you. We normally spend so much of our brain power in conversations just trying to showcase how smart we are and how cool we are. It's a lot of pressure. And I've noticed that this habit relieves that pressure. It is very simple. Every time you meet a person, be it at a party or the CEO of your company or the milkman, every time you meet them, imagine that they're wearing a label on their chest that says, the world's most interesting person. Imagine that label. You will immediately want to know more about that person. Who they are. What do they do? What are they interested in? What are the interesting things they've been up to? And the conversation is taken to the next level when you do this. It's amazing just what you will find out by listening to the person intently. And this is because everyone has a story buried deep down. Everyone is living a life filled with drama, plot twists. Everyone is having a human experience. And if you can see that human experience, you have hit on gold. And this is the secret to a great interview. So your super simple habit to making great connections with people starts by labeling them as the most interesting person in the world. Then, in the conversation, treat them as such. There is a simple truth to this habit. For we deep down feel that we are the most interesting person in the world, and that is why we spend 60% of our conversation talking about ourselves. Now, I'm going to end this podcast with one of my favorite quotes by Fran Lebowitz, who says, the opposite of talking isn't listening. The opposite of talking is waiting. Now, if you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am at Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. We have a brand new habit coaching online course, quizzes, videos, and a lot more on the website awesome180.com. So check it out now.